Yesterday, which client we have created? So this is the client we have created, right? 200. What is the parameter? I have created that parameter in default profile. So whenever you got a question in interview, okay, what is the parameter name? Okay, no need to no need to tell like login slash no underscore automatic underscore user underscore SAP star. Okay, if you remember, then you can say the parameter naming conversion. If you not remember, you can say the description, like what is that parameter name? No automatic user SAP star. That is the parameter name. Got my point?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the use of this parameter? What we need to do? What is the procedure we need to follow?
Client in the system, no? We need to log in default user, that is SAP star. For that we need to change this parameter to 0, so that then only we can log into this new clients before copying any data.
What about you, Mozart? What is the use of this parameter? What we need to do?
Yeah, first time to log in, we need to set this parameter to 0. If we set 1, then the user will be deactivated. So this is a master user. This is a master user to log in the client.
Okay. So login no automatic user SAP star means whenever I created a new client, okay, if I want to log into the new client, I required a standard user. So SAP has provided me a standard user. For that, I need to maintain the profile parameter. That profile parameter is no automatic user SAP star. Okay, and the value should be 0. If it is a 0, then my default login user ID has been activated. If it is a 1, my default user SAP star is deactivated. So I need to maintain this profile parameter in default profile, and then I need to take a restart of my SAP system. Why? Because then only the profile parameter value will be affected to my SAP level. Got my point? Then I can log in with my default user SAP star with the password, standard password PASS, capital letters, into the new client. Got it?
Yes.
So this is the story of this parameter. Okay. Here is Bala. Any idea? So I created a new client in the system, 200. Okay. So how many clients are there right now, including standard clients?
Four clients.
One is 000, another one is 001, another one is 066, and my new client, right? So where I can see all these, where I can see all these clients information, where I can see what are the clients are created. Where I can see in which transaction I can see the clients list. Sorry, in SEC4, right?
Yeah.
In SEC4, I can see all the clients, right? All the client list. So, what are the clients you are able to see in transaction code SEC4? Means all these clients will be stored into a table. Okay. What is the table name?
T000.
T000 is the table name. Okay. So whenever you created a new client, that new client information will be stored into T000 table. Got my point? So
Yeah.
now you have created a new client 200. So the entry will be created in T000 table. But in new client 200, I don't have any data. Right? So I want to copy a data. So I want to copy a data. So whenever you're talking about a client, what type of data will be there? This you need to remember. What type of data will be there in a client? One is customizing data, another one is application data, another one is user master data. Okay? You need to remember. Now, so if I want to take a data copy, okay, into my new client, that we call it as a, in SAP terminology, client copy. Got my point? In SAP terminology, we call it as a client copy. So there are three client copies are there. Three different types of client copies are there. There are three different types of client copies. Okay. All these client copies are used to take a data copy from one client to another client. First one is local client copy. Second one is remote client copy. Next one is client export and import. Okay. Client export and import. local client copy. Means this is my system. Here I have standard client 000, 001, 066 and my new client, right? 200. So whenever I'm talking about a local client copy, in the sense within the system I need to take a client copy from one client to another client. See this picture. This is a system. Okay, this is one system. In this system, what data I have? In this system, are you able to see my screen? In this
Yeah.
system, what data I have? Repository data, cross-client data, and client-specific data. Each and every client have a specific data. We discussed, right?
Yeah.
Client-specific data. So, what I am doing is, I am taking a client copy from local client in the sense within the system, from one
Means,
client to another client.
this is single server. Source system means.
This is one system, source system, single system. Okay. Got my point? Any doubts?
Yeah, single system here means one server we can call.
Yes, one server. One server in the sense, see, this is my development server. And the SID is DEV. Okay, here I have one CI plus two DIs. Okay, the two DIs are separately installed in different instances or servers. Okay,
Yeah.
but the CI and DI is my DEV system. Got my point?
Yeah. Yeah.
In DEV system, I have standard clients 000, 001, 066, and I created a 200 client in DEV system, not
Okay. Okay.
instance, not an
Yeah. Yeah.
instance. In entire DEV system, I have a standard clients 000, 001, 066. So in entire DEV system, I created one more client 200. So now I want to do a local client copy. In DEV system, locally I am taking a client data copy from one client to another client. For example, 000 to 200 or 001 to 200. We will not do a client copy from 066 to 200. Why? Because we will not use 066 client to take a client copy. Got it? Why? Because this client is used for early watch report purpose only. So your client data will be standard client data will be stored in 000 or 001. In real-time scenarios, we will take a client copy from 000 to your new client. Got my point?
Yeah.
Any doubts? Any confusion?
Yeah. So in real time we will take only 000, not 001.
Yes, 000.
Clear, Ram.
So whenever I'm talking about a standard client or new client, my standard clients will have a data. My new client still now have a data. That's why I am doing a client copy. Okay. Got my point? So whenever you are talking about a client, a standard client, every client will have a client specific data. and also cross-client data and repository data, right? So local client copy. This is nothing but a local client copy. And the second one is remote client copy. Remote client copy in the sense, this is my quality system. This is my production system. Okay. And here the quality system SID is QAS, production system SID is a PRD. Okay. Quality system also I have a 3 standard clients. Production system also I have a 3 standard clients. Correct? Every system will have a standard clients, right?
Yeah.
So in quality system, I created a client 300, for example. Okay. In production system, I created a new client 400. Okay. Now, what happened is, once production system has been built, I have taken copy, okay, from 000 to 400. That is nothing but a local client copy, right? Now, my business has been running in this client. I have my business data. I have my core business data. Okay. Now, what my client said, okay, take a client copy from 400 to 300. Take a client copy from 400 to 300 means production client to quality client. Got it? This is another system. This is another system. Okay, I'm taking a client copy from one system to another system. Okay, one system to another system. That is nothing but a remote client copy. Got my point?
Yeah.
This remote client copy, what are the prerequisites I required? First of all, see, from here to here, I'm taking a client copy means this is my source, right? Production is my source. Quality is my target. Got it?
Yeah.
So, first of all, these two systems should be talk each other. Then only the remote client copy will run. Correct?
Yeah.
So how can these two systems can talk each other? Using with RFC connections. What is meant by RFC? Remote function call. Got it? Using RFC, we can create a connectivity from one system to another system. Okay? Using RFC connection, the two systems can talk each other. Okay? And before RFC, one more pre-step is there. What is that? These two systems should be in one network, one local network. Got my point? If these systems should be in local network, then only systems can talk each other, right? If this quality system in different network, production system in different network, if there is no network configuration, then how my systems can talk each other, right?
Yeah.
So, first of all, these two systems should be in a local network, local private network. Then, SAP level, we can configure RFC connections between these two systems. So, two prerequisites I required. One is the network level, another one is the SAP level. Network level, network connectivity should be configured. SAP level, RFC connections should be configured. Got my point? If these two configured, then my systems can talk each other. Then I can do my remote client copy. Got it?
Yeah.
For example, see here. Here I have a file. Okay, I copied here. Now I want to copy this into remote server. Then what I will do? I will go to MSDSC, okay, and there I will type remote desktop. Here I will go, okay, and here I will go to this drive. Here I will go to the particular location. Here I will do the paste, means copy paste I am doing. What it contains, I am taking a copy of one data file, one file from your local desktop to remote desktop. Got it? So whenever these two these two systems, my local desktop and my remote desktop should be configured in a local network, then only I can copy the data. If it is not in a network, I cannot connect to the system. I cannot connect to the remote desktop. If I am not able to connect, then I cannot copy the data. Got my point?
Yeah.
For example, huge data you are copying from local desktop to remote desktop, huge data like 10 GB. Okay, 10 GB data you copied means, okay, how it will copy? The copy will be run continuously, right?
Yes, yes.
It will not run 5 minutes. After that, it will take a break, and after that, it will run. It will start running. It will copying. It's not true. It is not a correct, right? So whenever you copying, the entire data will be copied continuously up to completion of the data copy. Correct? So what here I required? I required a remote client copy. I required continuous remote connection, means network connection. Got it? Network connection should be good. Okay, it should be good and fast. Then only I can do a remote client copy. Okay. For example, if you are doing a data copy, 10 GB data, you are taking a copy from your local desktop to remote desktop. Okay. So after some time, the remote connection has been broken. Then what will happen?
It will get cancelled.
It will get cancelled. So same concept in remote client copy. Whenever your network connection has been broken during any time, okay, due to any issues, network packets should be broken or network connectivity has been lost or something, due to any issue, if your network connection has been broken, then my remote client copy will be cancelled. Correct?
Yeah.
So that is the concept of remote client copy. And
In
yeah,
in real time, how much time it will take, Mr. Ramu?
that depends upon your client data. Depends upon your client data. Okay. One more note is there. We will discuss. Okay. Next, what is my client export and import? Client export and import means, see, now I got a requirement, take a client copy from production to quality. So what I can do, I can go for a remote client copy or I can go for a client export import. Client export import in the sense, first of all, I will log into the source system. What is my source client? 400, right? So in source system, first I will take a export of my source client. I will take a export of my source client. Then I will come out from the system. After that, I will go to the target client, right? Now, the export, whatever export has been taken in source client, first I need to dump from source to target. First I need to dump. Next, I can import into my target client. Got my point? Excuse me. Got it? I'm taking a export into my source client. After completion of export, I'm taking a dump from source to target client. In target client, I'm doing a client import. Got my point? Here,
Yeah.
do we required RFC connection?
No, no.
It's not a mandatory. Why? Why?
Because we are taking the dump in the hard disk and storing in the target machine.
So here it's not a mandatory to talk each other, right? Why? Because we are logging to the source client, we are taking a export. Once export completed, we are come out from the system. Then we can dump the client export from source client to target client system. So once the dump has been dumped into the target system, then I can do a import into the target client. So in this process, I did not require a RFC connection.
Okay.
And second point,
What,
do I
what is the
require a network configuration? Do I require network configuration between these two systems, source system and the target system?
no?
If you don't have a network configuration, then how can you dump from source to target?
Physically, we can copy through hard disk.
How? Physically in the sense? See, these servers resides in US. You
Okay,
go to
okay.
US,
We need network connection.
we need a network connectivity. Network connectivity is a mandatory. Then only I can take a copy here and I can dump into here, right? So whenever you are doing a client copy, okay, one system to another system, SAP always suggested do client export import only, because in remote client copy there are chances, okay, if your network connection has been broken, then you lost your client copy, remote client copy. Again you need to start from the starting onwards. So if possible, use client export import method. That is the suggestion, SAP best practice. Got my point? Remote client copy also you can do when, if you have a good network connectivity, good network bandwidth, then you can go for remote client copy. That is the differences of client copies, local client copy, remote client copy, and export and import. Got my point?
Yeah. Like as you see, what is the maximum size, Mr. Ramu, of data?
Client data, exactly I'm not remember, but depends on your client data, it will take time. Whenever you are doing a local client copy at the first time, at server build time,
Yeah.
it will take 0002 new client, right? If you take a SAP all profile, then it will run uh, 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. The first time also it will take 2 to 3 hours.
Yes, 2 hours at least.
That is mandatory step, right? First time definitely we have to copy from standard client to new client.
whenever system build, whenever you created a new client, we need to take a backup. We need a client copy from local client 0002 new create client. Otherwise, if you have any client data, if client said in production, no need to take a local client copy, I have a separate client, we have a in different system, take that client copy into my new production client. Okay, then what you will do, if it is possible, you go for a remote client copy, or you will take a client export and you will import it to the new client in production. Got my point?
Yeah.
So this is the client copy methods. Okay. See, local client copy, what is the transaction code? SCCL. Log into the target system, create an entry, new target client using SCC4. We have created, right? Log on to this new target client with SAP star, default password. Start a local client copy using SCCL. Select the source client, this. Okay, we will see this. First, I need to create a client, right? After that, I need to reset the parameter. After that, I need to take a restart of my SAP. After that, I need to log into the new client with SAP star user with standard password PASS. Up to here, we have done, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I want to take a local client copy, what is my transaction code? SCCL. What is my transaction code?
SCCL.
SCCL. I have logged into the local client. I have logged into the target client. This is my target client, right? 200.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
logged into the 200. That is my target client. So now see here, local client copy. Target is 200 by default came, right? Why? Because I have logged into the target client. And select the profile and description and source client. Source client means what? In this system, which client data you want to copy, right? I want to copy from 000. Unselected. Okay. Now select the profile. This is very important one. Okay. Because whenever we talking about a client, okay, whenever we talking about client, we have a different types of data are there in a client, each and every specific client. Cross-client data, repository data, application data, user master data. Got it? Now, what type of data I need to copy? Okay, those data will be saved, will be given will be provided in profiles. Okay, if you select the profile specific, what are the descriptions are there, that type of data will be copied. Got my point? The profiles are SAP
I didn't get
underscore
exactly
all.
what exactly the profile is, Mr. Ramu.
See, how can I take a data
Yeah.
copy? First, I want to take a data copy from 000 to
New
200.
client. Yeah.
Whenever you're talking about data, there are different types of data are there, right? Data, there are different types of data: cross-client data, repository data, client-specific
Customizing
data,
data.
customizing data, user master data, and user settings. Okay, repository data. So, how can I select different data?
Okay.
How can I select? SAP what decided, what SAP has provided different data into profiles. Okay, means if you select any one profile, in this profile, what is the data are there? That type of data will be copied from 000 to 200. Got it?
Okay.
So different types of profiles are there. Each and every profile will contains some meaning. It will take some data. What type of data? For example, see SAP underscore cust. What is the meaning? Customizing means it will take a customizing data copy, right?
Okay.
And SAP underscore CUSV, customizing and user variance. It will take a customizing data and user variance data copy. SAP underscore CUSX, customizing without authorization profiles and roles. And means what? Without roles and profiles. Without roles and profiles, customizing data will be copied. Okay. So whenever you are doing a client copy, okay, client will provide you which profile you need to select. Which profile we need to select. Got my point?
Okay. The client will tell us what all we need to select.
What profile you need to select, which data he required. Okay. And mandatory by default, whenever you are doing a local client copy at the first time from 000 to new client, okay, in real time we will select a SAP underscore all. What it means? All client specific data without change documents, right? Means all client specific data will be copied. We have a cross client data anywhere, right? Cross client data means what? The data will be applicable for all the clients in the system, right?
Yeah.
So that cross client data, I need not to take a copy, right? That will available for all, across the clients in the system, right? So I need to take care about the client specific data, client specific user master record, client specific user variance, okay, client specific customizing data, client specific authorizations, these all the things, right? So
That
these
cross
are the
client data by
different
default it will come.
cross client data. Default it will come means, see, the cross client data will be available in a system. See this picture.
Okay.
See this last two boxes. This is a
Yeah.
cross client data. This is a repository data. This is one client. This is one client. This is entire. This is my system. Whenever I created a new client, in the system itself I have a cross client data, so I can use it. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
So these are the profiles. So we will take a SAP all. Okay. So now see this information. Target client is there. I am into target client only, 200, right? And source profile, what is the profile I selected? SAP underscore all. What is the description of the profile? All client specific data without change documents. What is the source client? From where I am taking this client copy 000 and source client user master. Do you want a source client user master?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So
Here SAP all means everything will come, Mr. Ramu. The other profiles which we saw in the list also will come.
SAP all will comes all.
Okay. The down one
All will
also
come.
will cover.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So See here this option,
Test run.
Test run means it will take a test run from source client to another client, target client. It will take
Okay.
a source client, source run, it will take a test run from source client to target client. Then once test run has been completed, then actual client copy will be started. Okay. Why test run? It will check the connectivity, it will check the size, it will check everything is okay or not. Okay, it will check the all the levels. So in real time, we will not perform a test run. Why? Because for test run also it will take a time. Once test run is completed, then only your actual run will be start. Got my point? Okay. And now, what is the options here?
Schedule background
Schedule
job.
a background job, start immediately. Start immediately means what? Copy in foreground. Foreground means what? Foreground means dialog mode, front end mode. Understand?
Okay.
Start immediately means this process will be handled by my dialog work process in the front end. Whenever you schedule a client copy in a front end, okay, if you have any time limit for dialog work process, if it is time cross, then your client copy will be cancelled. Correct my point?
Yeah, timeout. Connection timeout.
So better this should be scheduled in a background job only. Got it?
Yeah.
So schedule a background job. Profile SAP underscore cast recommended for client copy from 000. So now see here, whenever I click schedule in background job, it is giving me one information. Source client is this, profile is this, background server. Background server means select the instance. For example, if we have one CI and two DIs, how many instances are there?
3.
Three instances. So each and every instance will have a work processes, right?
Yeah.
So each and every instance I have a background work processes, right?
Yes.
And if you want to run this client copy specific to an instance, if I want to run background job only, CI instance only, or only first dialog instance only, or only second dialog instance only, then I can select the instance. I can select the instances here. Okay, it will show you three instances, three lines, three instances. Okay, then I can select the instance. If I want to run this client copy on specific instance, I can select here. But in my case, I have only one instance only. That's why it is showing only one entry. So I need to select only one only, right?
Yeah. So if you do not select, it will take all.
Not all. It will take by default any one. Okay. So wherever background job is free, it will start it there. Got it my point?
One second, Mr. Ramu. Like here we have 3 instances. It will show 3 options. 1, 2, 3. Any one we can select.
Anyone you can select.
If you do not select anything, what will happen?
In which instance the background job is free at the time, the background
Automatically it will
job
pick up.
automatically it will started in that instance.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
immediately. What is meant by immediately? My job will start immediately.
Okay.
Or if you want to schedule any particular date and time, you can schedule here. See here. You want immediate? You want date and time, you want after job, after event, after operation modes, at operation modes. Okay. After job, after event, after operation mode, we will discuss in background scheduling, background jobs monitoring. Okay. So see
Okay.
here, date and time and immediate. What is mean by date and time? I can schedule in the night, I can schedule a specific date and time, right?
Yeah.
Immediate means what?
No.
Immediately it will start, immediate start, then save it. Now it is given me one brief information. But these are the information is going to copy. Target is this, profile is this, source client is this. Whenever you select the profile, based on the profile, this type of data will be copied. What type of data it is copying? One is customizing data, flavors, authorization roles and profiles, application data, user data. These all will copying, right? From source
Yeah.
client. Now click on continue. Okay. So see this information. What is this information?
Background job was successfully scheduled. Log is displayed in SCC3 transaction code.
Yes. So I have scheduled my background job. It is running. It is started. Why? Because I have scheduled immediately, right? So now
Yeah.
the log is you can display in SCC3. Means client copy logs I can see here in SCC3. Go to /n SCC3. What is the user of transaction SCC3? To see the client copy logs. Got my point?
Yeah. Client copy logs or background job log? Client copy log.
Client copy logs. I'm doing client copy, right?
Yeah.
So here, see, processing, status is processing, right? Double click on that. Now it is showing the status information. What is the status? Processing. How many tables? 6,519. 94 is completed. Okay. Refresh. Got my point? SCC3 is a to see the client copy logs. Now I want to see background job also. /O. I want to go to next session. I want to check another session, right?
Yeah.
SM37.
37.
So that's why I use /O. SM37. Which user I will schedule? Through SAP Star only. Okay. I want whether active, whether finish or cancel. Execute. Active, right?
Yeah.
Client copy 000 to 200. What is the profile? SAP all profile. You can understand this information, right?
Yeah.
It is
Here
copying
we
from
will come to know whether it is running or not.
where?
Here in this screen.
This is my background job monitoring. So here I can see whether my background job is running or not. Active means what? It is running right now.
Running.
Whether it
Okay.
is finished or not, whether it is cancelled or not. And the log of my client I can see in SCC3 transaction. Right? Got my point?
Yeah. Yeah. In scheduling background job, there was one option, no printer dialog.
No printer dialog.
Checkbox was there.
I didn't see actually.
Okay.
Okay, we will
Immediate
see. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
below immediate
Where?
below immediate option, immediate scheduling. When we are doing scheduling, there we have two options are there: immediate and print log.
Okay, if you want to print the log, you can select the print option. The job log.
Okay.
This is my local client copy. 6,000, 1,000 are completed. My background job is running, right?
Yeah.
So here, I got this dump. Again, I can go for SCC3. Again, I go for here. See, status is processing, right?
Yeah.
So this is what local client copy. Okay. And remote client copy we cannot perform right now. Why? Any reason?
There is no another server and RFC connections.
Yes. There is no another system and there is no configuration RFC connections, right? But client export import we can do, right?
Yes, we can. For that
Not
also we
import,
yeah.
not import. Client export we can perform.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
will take client
Regarding,
export
we will
tomorrow.
see later on, Ramu.
We will see. If we have another system, then we will configure RFCs and we will do remote client copy. Tomorrow we will see client export, how to take a client export.
Yeah, yeah.